Nope. This is so weird, like filming with somebody. Okay.
Do what you gotta do.
I am with Megan today. She actually leads some of our workout classes here on campus. So do you want to kind of introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Megan. I've been with YWAM for over 10 years now, doing various things. I was always passionate about the arts and design and all of the graphic stuff like that. And then was very surprised when God shifted my heart and my passion towards fitness and wellness, and specifically for women. I just have a huge heart to see women just be comfortable in their bodies, take ownership of like the space that they take up for the Lord, and yeah, just to be well and what it actually means to be whole. So
yeah, I feel like you've definitely like discipled me in that area these past couple of months of like leading the workout classes.
It's an honor.
One morning we were working out and someone made a comment about, oh, I need motivation, and Megan was like, no, you just need discipline. Like, really, it's discipline. And I was like, what? I was like, wait, I'm always saying like I need motivation to do this, or I need to get motivation. And it kind of like made me kind of think, okay, why do I think that? What is motivation and all of that kind of stuff? Yeah. So what's really the difference between motivation and discipline?
That morning I remember it the same. The lady who mentioned it said something like, how do I be motivated like you? And I was like, no, you don't want to be motivated like me, first of all. But also, like, when you think about having a goal or being motivated about something, I think we can start really hard and fast and be like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, and you can be really excited about it and like set all these intentions with the intent to move forward. Mm-hmm. But that feeling in the moment when you say this is the thing I'm gonna do often goes away. Yeah. Like, it's just so fickle, and we just aren't, as human beings, we just aren't consistent that way with our emotions. And so it's really easy to set and plan goals, but it's really hard to maintain that motivation all the way through to the end where you reach the actual goal. So I actually have a definition. I'll read it because I get it wrong if I just say it out of my brain. But it says, commitment is staying loyal to the thing you said you were going to do long after the feeling in which you said it has left you. And for me, commitment has a lot more power than motivation, because it just is like going back to it and saying, no, this is actually what I said I was going to do, and I don't feel that in this moment, but I want to honor the thing that I said, because it's way more meaningful than just a passing feeling.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. And even like you saying about feelings, because like feelings fluctuate all the time, and sometimes we feel like, yeah, let's do this, and then other times we don't feel like it. So like, I guess motivation can be more like a feeling too. How do we stay like with a commitment? Like, how do we, whether it's like a job or a project or working out, whatever it may be, like how can, like, what's an encouragement or something that we can like practically do to stay like, committed or have that discipline to stick with whatever it may be?
Yeah, I think the first, I mean, as believers, okay, that's like the basis of what we're working from. And so I think it's important to know what we're called to, like, period. I think, it's really easy to see what other people are doing or what the world says we should be doing and go after that thing, but to know what God has purposed you for specifically, and then to latch onto that and ask Him and invite Him into that space, I think is the foundation from everything we need to work from as believers. And so knowing what you're called to, first of all, but then also knowing your why, I think drives your commitment to the thing. And so I can think that I'm supposed to lead women into wholeness, but then if I don't know why I'm doing that, then my commitment isn't really going to be there, because there's no like driving force. So does that make sense?
No, that's really good.
Your why has to be bigger. Sorry, I wrote it down. Has to be bigger than or I can't, or I don't want to, or it's too hard, or I'm too tired. Like, our why has to cover all those things, because we're going to feel that way from time to time. And so really being rooted down, and I think it's a process, and knowing your why, and like that's an idea, and like how do you get to that idea can be tricky or hard to figure out. But I think like knowing your purpose and then being like, okay, so what about that? Okay, so what about that? And like really like uncovering the layers of what you're being called to figure out the root of your why.
Yeah, and not to be bigger
than all the other like excuses or things that would pull you away or, you know, change your mind about the thing. So, yeah.
Like a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago, I was like not motivated with my job. I was like, okay, why am I here? Like, what am I doing? I just don't want to do this. And going back to God and being like, okay, like, are you still calling me here? Is this what you have for me? And then having that like, okay, this is what God's spoken, and like holding on to that is like, yeah.
I think too, it's important to remember that we're not gonna get it right every time. And so it's easy, it's easy to feel like we fail at something when we miss the mark or we don't do it perfectly. And I think it's our flesh that's like, oh, well, I guess I can't do this anymore, or this wasn't for me, or it's just really easy for us to be like, well, I guess I got that wrong, you know? And so really having the foundation of like, no, God actually has called me to this thing and I know why, you can always go back and start again. And like His grace covers your failure, and instead of it being an excuse to kind of just run away or hide or withdraw, it's more of an invitation to even just question like, oh, how could I grow in this? Or what can I learn from this, and how can I do it better next time? And then asking God to teach you in that thing and to start again. And so really like, asking yourself, what's even the next right thing to move myself forward in my goal or my commitment or whatever you're being called to. I'm going to read it in this version, and then I'm going to read it in a different version for you. In Colossians 1 verse 10, it says, we pray that you would walk in the ways of true righteousness, pleasing God in every good thing you do. Then you'll become fruit-bearing branches, yielding to His life and maturing in the rich experience of knowing God in His fullness. And we pray that you would be energized with all His explosive power from the realm of magnificent glory, filling you with great hope. And in the Message version, I was kind of like paralleling these two earlier. It says, we pray that you'll live well for the Master, making Him proud of you as you work hard in His orchard. As you learn more and more how God works, you will learn how to do your work. We pray that you'll have the strength to stick it out over the long haul, not the grim strength of gritting your teeth, but the glory strength God gives. It is strength that endures and the unendurable and spills over into joy, thanking the Father who makes us strong enough to take part in everything bright and beautiful that He has for us. So I think that just that verse that says, we pray that you'll have the strength to stick it out over the long haul, not the grim strength of like gritting your teeth and clenching your fists, but the glory strength that God gives. It's the strength that endures the unendurable and spills over into joy. And so like not working from a place of like, I just have to do this harder and, you know, and get over this myself, or like working from our own ambition, will fail us. And so God offers His strength and His grace that covers all the things and the ways that we could fail, or the ways that we could even try to do it ourselves, and leaning into that glory strength to like carry us into, you know, His purpose for us.
And finding that like, what you said, like purpose or that root of it, like it gives you
Finding
that,
your why.
I feel like, your why.
Yeah.
Just kind of flows out of that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Not just trying it in your own strength, because
or just doing things because you need something to do.
Like,
God, I'm so thankful that God gives us purpose in this life, and we're not just trying to shoot in the dark, trying to figure it out or walk it alone, you know. I just think it's so life-giving to be connected to the Father. And then also it talked about bearing fruit, like when we know we're connected to Him and we're working out of His strength, we bear fruit, and fruit that lasts. And so we're leaving even just a legacy on the earth for His name's sake. And I think that's so special, you know?
That's so good. Well, thank you for being in this video, and I hope this encourages you. I know it's encouraged me a lot. Yeah, chew on that. Have a quiet time with Jesus and just ask Him, like, process these things with Him. Thank you for watching. Bye.